Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Dana Download. I'm your host, Dana Arshan-Kraslow, and I'm so excited to be joined by my girl, Justine Ray, today. Hi, Justine.
Hi, thank you for having me. It feels so great to be here.
Thank you for coming from all the way from Jersey City. It's impressive. That's dedication.
Of course. Well, I've been so excited to be on your podcast. We're friends for years, and our paths are so similar, and I just can't wait to just dive in.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about with Justine. I thought she'd be the perfect guest for a number of reasons. One, we both started out as news reporters. I was at News 12 and then Fox 5. Justine was at New York 1 for her entire career, right?
Some other stations before that. News 12 I was at one point. Upstate New York, I did a little bit of radio.
Wow, I don't know if I realized that. And then so I'll give you the summary and then we'll go back piece by piece. And then you left to join LMPR Communications, which I know is just an amazing communications firm. And we'll also talk about Style It Forward and everything we did together. And now you are you're Catholic, marrying a Jewish boy.
I know.
So we have so much to talk about all the time. I love hearing everything that you and Neil are doing together. So one, I guess, let's talk about your reporting days. And there's so much more. Justine is so much more than those three aspects, but well, it's a good starting point. So how did you first get into reporting? How did you know you wanted to be a reporter?
So growing up, I did all the plays, I did dancing, musical theater, and I just loved storytelling. And it was when I got to college where I realized that you could talk to so many different people from so many different walks of life with different stories through the student newspaper. And I used to love going up to people and just talking to people about a different topic, a different story they had to share in the news and how it related. And I said, I want to do this. I loved the variety of all the different people that I met. And then from there, I transitioned from doing musical theater, plays, the arts, and I went to Nassau Community College first. I grew up in Wantagh, New York, and then I went to Hofstra University.
Wow. So, and at Hofstra, is that where you did the broadcast?
Yeah, so I did broadcasting at Hofstra, and from there, I graduated, went to a CBS affiliate in Binghamton, New York, started my career as a TV reporter. From there, went to News 12 Long Island, and it was so special for me to work where I grew up. And then I did...
What'd you do at News 12 Long Island?
I was actually a news reporter. So in the field, whatever they would give me, what was going on Long Island that day. Also, I did traffic as well.
I didn't realize you were reporting there.
Yeah.
And were you an MMJ there too?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I was lucky enough to have a reporter and sometimes, a photographer. And then sometimes I was doing my own thing as a multimedia journalist where you shoot, you edit, produce, do the whole 9 yards.
I know. You know what? I started as an MMJ, a one-woman show in News 12 The Bronx and Brooklyn. And there is nothing more rewarding than producing a piece and it's 100% yours. Like you literally put everything into it. And I know it seems so tough, lugging the equipment, recording yourself. I mean, I still have back pain actually when I think about my days of that heavy equipment.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
But it really sets you up to have such a unique skill set that I don't think most people have. And now, like I do so much. I do my own local reporting and I like everything I learned from those early days. Do you regret any of it? Because I know you MMJ'd through New York 1. But you got to still do everything on your own time, right? Like you didn't have to rely on someone else's schedule.
Yeah, I don't have any regrets. Similar to yourself, me going from the news to becoming a publicist, I have no regrets because you know what? I did everything I loved to do from like a news and broadcasting standpoint, and I could still do that now.
Right.
Being on this podcast, I can still amplify my clients, and it's just so fun to, like to your point, use the skills, but in just a different way.
Exactly. Do you always feel like you're a reporter at heart?
I do.
Yeah, and that goes so far.
Oh, yeah. It's just when you are working with a client, I know at LMPR Communications, I'm always thinking like, what's the best way to position this story? How can I get them on TV in a way that's meaningful?
Right, and you know how to pitch. Like I used to hate long pitches, like who's going to read that?
Exactly.
But we know we just want the quick who, what, where, when.
Just like a little sentence or two. Yeah. This is the gist. And that's been really helpful for me in my PR career.
But man, is reporting a hustle. People think it's a sexy, glamorous job.
Such a hustle.
It is such a hustle. But no, every day that I spent in news, I'm so grateful for. And I still like use those skills as we talked about every day in every endeavor that I do now. So LMPR is such a wonderful firm. You've done so many wonderful things for us, and we'll talk about the event that we did together. Tell me how you heard about them, how you got the job, and what it's been like, what your like day-to-day is like.
So it's actually really crazy how I got the job. So I worked with LMPR Communications. They had a client. I did a story on their client.
So they reached out and pitched you a client.
They pitched me a client. It was a great story. It was a story on skincare in the summer and how to protect your skin, you know, against the sun and, you know, skin cancer. It was a great story. Then months later, I was kind of thinking about making the transition to public relations. And they reached out to me and said, hey, you know, we have a role. We feel like we've heard this, you know, that you may have been interested. And I had an interview, and then the next week I started public relations.
So did you reach out to them or they reached out to you?
No, so what happened was I loved the news, but I was always kind of like, I wonder if I could transition my skills in like a new way. You know, also working Monday through Friday. Like I love that new part of, I mean, there's
when you say that to the viewer, the listener, we worked nights, weekends, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. I had 3 Thanksgivings off, I think, in 12 years.
No. So having more of a 9 to 5 schedule was something that really was very important to me. So I think I did maybe communicate that at one point to them, like, hey, like if you ever have any openings, like definitely keep me in mind. I'm always kind of exploring and seeing if I'd want to do public relations. They reach out to me, and the next week I started public relations.
That's amazing.
Actually exactly a year pretty much. I started February 2025.
It's been a year.
It's been exactly.
Actually, feels like longer than that, to be honest. Maybe because I've been out of the news biz for like 3 years now.
Yeah, I mean, but you're still in it. You're winning Emmys, and you're still doing what you love to do, telling meaningful stories, and for such an important cause, of course.
Sweet, thank you. I bet you could do stories like that. Like, I bet you could make a package, is what we call it, for LMPR.
Yeah, you know what? We do a lot of social media videos. We do a lot of video work. So I just love this point of my career because I'm just using all my skills. Maybe it's making a reel on Instagram. Maybe it's editing a video. Maybe it's amplifying a client. I just feel like this chapter of my career has just been really cool, seeing how all my skills kind of come together. So yeah, we love editing packages. Absolutely. In the news is what we call them.
I love that. So you reached out to me thinking that there was a way that we could maybe work together. And long story short, you have a wonderful client named Julie Brown who owns a clothing company, Flora B. I assume you guys are still working together.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we came up with an hmTV fundraiser called Style It Forward. Mm-hmm. And it was honestly, I'm not saying it was that we brought in more money than we would for normal events, which what fundraisers are normally what our focus is. That event was all about this like beautiful exposure of hmTV and introducing people to our mission and bringing women together. I mean, what did you think about that? Do you want to tell the listener, I mean, how wonderful this night was?
That was the most wonderful night. And you and I just texting after, speaking after, we're like, it was just so uplifting.
And flawless too.
Flawless. Just
because of you were so, you made sure that everything went so smoothly.
Thank you. You're very kind. But you brought the most incredible audience, and just the way that we brought everything together. You getting the speakers, Gail, Perry, Julie from Flora B, New York City.
Oh, can we give a shout out to Bread's Bakery?
Bread's Bakery
donated and catered our entire event.
Generous.
Oh my God, the food was so good.
So good. All the sandwiches, unreal. The wine vendor, who was the loveliest person
ever.
Jose
from Recanati.
He is so nice. We had a whole conversation.
Gail Perry, our stylist, who was there. Everyone. I mean, it was just, and James. Now I feel like I have to give everyone a shout out.
The Yard.
Everyone who did so much. Monahan PR. Yeah. Now we're just giving a shout out to everyone. But honestly, I left that. I was like, I think that was like my top 3 favorite fundraisers ever.
It was just such a meaningful group.
Yeah.
And the conversation was so great. My mom was there.
Yeah. How would you describe it to someone who's listening? It was about style and life and fashion and motherhood.
Yeah, it was about style. It was about fashion. It was about uplifting the Jewish community. And it was about traditions. And just, people went there to shop, but also listen to you and Gail Perry speak about importance of stomping out hate and, you know, using fashion as a vehicle to feel good about yourself. And it was just really just so special.
It really was. We're due for another one.
are.
It's funny. You approached me already. I was like, I need like a 2-month break. And
I know.
And then we're going to get started
we'll
again.
get back into it.
There's so many ideas. So you mentioned traditions. So tell us how you met your Jewish fiance, Neil, who I absolutely adore. Wait, have you ever seen the movie It Takes Two? With Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen?
I think
Priscilla, our tech director, have you seen that?
I mean, I've seen
So she
every
goes,
Mary
whom I
Kate.
absolutely adore. Do you know what I'm talking about, Priscilla? Yeah. I just thought
I love Mary Kate and Ashley.
I just watched it with my girls this past weekend. So I'm like, Neil, who I adore. Tell us about Neil, how you met him.
Yeah. So Neil and I met on Hinge, and he still, you know, twists the knife to this day because I said that my location was Jersey City, New Jersey, even though I lived in Chelsea at the time, because my best friend, who's also a news reporter, was like, Justine, you need to like meet some quality guys. Stop, you know, maybe you're in the same pool of the location. Just do something else. Just put Jersey City. I was like, okay, Brianna, fine. So I put Jersey City, New Jersey, so random. And that was why we matched.
Wow.
Because he lived in Hoboken at
So
the time.
So when you reached out, was he annoyed that you lived in Manhattan?
Yeah, he was like a little confused. He was like, why did you say it was Chelsea? I was like, oh, I just don't know how the dating apps work. I'm sorry.
Have you eventually told him the real reason?
Then I told him the real story because it was my best friend Brianna being like, you need to like switch up the algorithm.
This is so, I mean, clearly it worked.
It worked
Genius.
for me. And
where'd you meet him the first? Did he come into the city?
He came into the city.
So he's like, I didn't want to come into the city.
No, I know. So we went to a little bar called the Copper Still near my old apartment in Chelsea. And we had like a 4 to 6 like little happy hour drink, and that was it. And from there, we just really hit it off. And I just really, you know, grew to obviously fall in love with him. And then we just, you know, always had so much in common with like, I don't know, like our lifestyles, our traditions, our values. And yeah, so he is Jewish. He grew up Jewish in, you know, Bergen County, New Jersey. And in my time of being with him, I've gone to synagogue. I've celebrated, obviously, Passover, Hanukkah, Yom Kippur. And I've been learning so much about the Jewish faith, and I love it. And I mean, but also I love being Catholic also. Like I love all the traditions.
Yeah, and you said, what are the traditions you're going to have at your wedding? Which is in August.
Oh my God, I know. It's crazy. Like last night we were doing the hotel block, and it's so exciting. I'm so excited.
Amazing.
But
are you having a chuppah? I think
we are. Yes,
You're so
we have
pretty too for pictures.
Oh my God, the florists, they're doing this whole chuppah thing. It's just so beautiful with the arrangements they're doing. And we're going to break the glass. I have to get a ketubah.
So you're really doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't think Neil was that traditional.
He's very traditional.
That he wanted to do all that.
Yeah. No, so we're doing a lot of
Are you having
things.
a rabbi or priest or
So
both?
our sisters are the officiants.
That's so special. Are they friends? Have they gotten to know each other?
We've all like done like weekends in Florida together. Like
that's really nice.
Yeah, I'm really, really blessed and so lucky. Just like the family that I'm marrying into.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy for
Thank you.
So what's in store for your future? What career-wise, what are you hoping to accomplish with LMPR?
I think with LMPR, what I'm looking to accomplish is just continue getting people awesome press hits. That's the best feeling on earth when you get people incredible opportunities. I mean, even having my clients on your podcast, it's just been so amazing. Like,
we haven't brought that up.
We haven't even brought that up
So I
yet.
always say to Justine, I'll take anyone interesting because there's no theme to my podcast. It's like all different corners of my life or just industries that are really interesting to me. So who are all do you know off the top of your head? Am I putting you on the spot? All the guests
No,
that
I
you've
know
brought on?
everyone off the top of my head. So we had Corey Cohen, the founder of My Abroad MDs.
Yeah,
she
loved
connects
her.
you with English-speaking doctors. When you go on vacation, something you never think about. What happens if you don't feel well on vacation?
Yeah, no. It's great. And I'm so honored they all want to come on the podcast.
Oh, no. Everyone wants to be on your podcast. Also, Jen Axe, who is the embodied leadership coach, where you kind of tap into your body and, you know, think, okay, how can I best position myself for this presentation? How can I best position myself from a physical standpoint of just feeling ready to take on a conversation, you know, something in your relationship.
Jen was like my soul sister. We met and we're like, we love each other. We text still.
I love that. That was such a fun day.
And we're talking about possibly doing a fundraiser with her down the road.
I know. That's what we texted you
Maybe
about.
like a yoga fundraiser.
Oh my God, that'd be so amazing. I know. But yeah, no, it's been really incredible.
And then we had your incredible client who is the career coach.
Yes, Michelle Perchuk. Yeah. She's lovely as well. Just the insight she gives in terms of your next career move. It's just really, really great insight.
Yeah, I learned so much.
And so just at LMPR, I feel so thankful for my boss, Shari Mischer-Stenzler, being like, go on this podcast today and, talk about your career and working at LMPR Communications. I've been so fortunate because making a career change, you made a career change. It's not easy.
No, it's scary.
And just having the support from the firm and being able to use the skills that I love from TV and bring them to clients has just been so fun.
Were they anything very surprising when you started? Because I know like our good friend Mary Lynn Buckley, who's a reporter for 1010 Win, she was able to get a lot of your clients. Is your firm ever like, how do you do this? Like no one has the connections that a news reporter has to the media.
Yeah, you know what it is?
What's some of the media that you've gotten for them?
I think, we've gotten CBS News, we've gotten Bloomberg, we've gotten New York One, of course, because I used to work there. 1010 Wins with Mary Lynn Buckley. She's a phenomenal reporter. NBC, Pix 11, Good Morning America.
And you've done all that personally?
I mean, actually, no, the Good Morning America was not me personally.
But your team as a whole.
But my team as a whole.
And
it's just so really, really inspiring to see like, wow, like all of my connections from all these years, even getting an event space for our event, being like, oh, let me ping our friend James from James Monahan PR. Yeah. He could help us find a space. So
I first introduced you to James when you were a reporter, right?
Like that was like at least 6 years
I met him
ago.
in the elevator at Fox 5.
That's so crazy.
He's so chatty. I'm so chatty. I'm like, hi.
Yeah,
and next thing I know,
I know. So it's so amazing. Like using your contacts or relationships now in a PR capacity, it's really, really fulfilling.
Amazing. So do you see yourself doing PR long term?
I do. Yeah, it's just been really great. And I think it's just really, I love uplifting people. Like there's so many stories of hope you find in a PR space. Like just some of my clients, the things that they've accomplished, you're just blown away.
Amazing. 2 more questions. Is there anything you miss most about news? I'll tell you what I miss most. I don't miss the crazy hours. I miss the newsroom camaraderie and like the Arthur Chien, the reporter who worked next to me, he was my work husband. Like he knew everything. We'd commiserate together. We would, just everything we would do, like we would support each other in so many ways. We worked weekends together, and I miss like the newsroom feel, like that's your family. I also miss getting dressed up. Priscilla will tell you I like dress like a bum to work.
Oh no,
every
you
day.
don't. You have the best fashion sense ever.
You see me on days that I'm hosting a podcast. Today I'm kind of casual, but I sit in my office and edit all day long, and it's hard. I mean, I miss the dresses and the high heels.
You know what? The way that I get around that is when I go out on weekends. I'm like, okay, what am I wearing?
You try to do it up.
So
on
I really
weekends.
like pigeonhole. Like, okay, when I have an event, what am I wearing? I still do rent the runway.
I don't do Rent the Runway.
I still
miss
do it.
I miss
maybe
it.
do it just for fun. And maybe there's like a sweater I really want from there, but I don't know.
But what do you do it just for your everyday?
I just do it for my everyday.
Going into the office?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I know like just, with like different events coming up, a lot of people have milestones I feel like in my life right now, like a sweater dress if I want to rent that, or a skirt that I would never buy for myself, but if I'm renting, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll rent it.
No, Rent the Runway was my big part of my life for a very long time. That's completely fair. So I have a question, and before I give you my final question, was there anything else you wanted to discuss or talk about?
You know what? I'm just so thankful to be here, and I just value our friendship so much, and I'm so lucky to have you. I mean, look at our friendship. We've
grown even closer since leaving news.
We really have, and just knowing each other throughout the years as reporters. Now we know each other, in our new phases of our careers, and now you'll always be such a wonderful, dear friend of mine. I can't wait to have you on my bachelorette party.
I'm so excited.
In the Hamptons. We're gonna have such a great time.
It's gonna be amazing. Actually, I guess before I ask you the question, I'll mention how I feel like you've just been so connected to like the Holocaust Museum, hmTV, and the Jewish faith, and all these like weird coincidences of coming together.
Yeah.
So tell the listeners what you texted me from Boston a few weeks ago.
So this is the weirdest thing. Okay, so it's Boston. I'm visiting my sister Sandy. We're there for Christmas, and I pass a Holocaust museum kind of banner. And I was thinking a Holocaust museum in Boston. It said opening soon or something to that effect. And then I said to Neil, my fiance, I was like, oh, I got to text this to Dana. This is so funny.
Because anything Holocaust, people think they have to text me.
So I have to text you and be like, okay, like, just letting you know, did you know there's Boston Museum? And then
Today, right before we walk into record this podcast,
we run into the founder of that Boston museum,
who's just here for one day visiting our center, and she could have been anywhere in the building. She was standing right outside the podcast room.
So crazy.
And I look at you and you're like, this is so weird. I just texted you about the museum.
I know.
So to me, like, I'm really into signs. I believe in all that stuff. I think it's fun to embrace it and believe it, but I totally respect people who don't. But to me, that's like a sign that like this is all like weaving together the way that it should be. And I think that's beautiful, Justine.
It is. Mm-hmm.
So my final question, you've now heard me ask all your guests, is there one moment in your life that changed how you see the world?
I have two moments,
Let's
actually.
hear it.
And because I was prepared for this podcast and you knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So I'll do two life events that changed the way I view the world. One, my sister being born. So we're 5.5 years apart. She lives in Boston. She is the best listener. She's so smart. She's so funny. And we just have the best time together. So that was one thing. I could always go to my sister for anything. She's planning so much with my wedding. Like she's phenomenal.
So funny that you have a baby sister, because Justine held my daughter Maya, was, other than your baby sister, was the first baby you ever held. And for the viewer who can't hear, I guess the listener, you were holding her with your arms like out, and you're like, what is going on?
Like, I didn't want to drop her. I mean,
and I was like, just squeeze her, do whatever you want to do. And I was like, is this your first time holding a baby? And you said, yeah. But you are so maternal to your sister.
Yeah, no. And my sister, she's just she's a force, and I love her so much.
You remember when she was born?
I do remember when she was born. We're 5.5 years apart, and she's just incredible. And the second life event that changed the course of my life and the way that I look at the world is meeting my fiancé, Neil. So he's always there for me, gives me great advice, great sense of humor, always like joking around. And yeah, I would say those two life events, I'm just so thankful. It's such a celebratory time, and
you two truly are perfect. Like there's some couples and you're just like, they got each other's backs, and that's you and Neil. Like I'm so happy for you. I really am.
Thank you.
Well, I love you. I can't wait for all the celebrations to come. You have to remind me, Bachelorette days.
Yes,
I think they're on my calendar. Thank you. And I know you'll be back here at hmTV because you have so many great clients bringing on all the time.
Thank you. Love you. You're the best. Thank you, Dana.
Of course. Thank you so much to Priscilla Dolan, our tech director, and to Bernie Firshpan, who runs this entire hmTV studios. Really appreciate you joining us for this episode of the Dana Download. Again, I'm Dana Arshan Kraslow, and we'll see you next time.